You guys know any ghost stories? Anybody?
I do.
Oh, you do, Mumei?
Whoa.
Yeah.
She's a ghost. She would know some stories.
That's true.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a ghost before?
Yeah. Do you want to hear the story?
Yeah, I want to hear.
Okay. Once I was driving down a winding dark road, and I saw a lady, and she had no face. So I hit her, and she turned into a ghost.
She had no face. She had no face. I'm curious about why she had no face.
Did you kill her?
Are you sure she had no face? It wasn't just a trick of the light?
Yeah, sometimes in the dark, like, faces disappear.
Yeah.
No, I saw the body, and there's no face.
Mumei caused murder.
I have a similar ghost story. I already told it on stream, though.
I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead.
There's this one time I was also in the car. I wasn't driving because I can't reach the pedals. I think it was with my mom. We were coming home from somewhere, and it was really, really dark. And then all of a sudden, across the road, there was this like mist of some sort that had no beginning and end. It was just in the center of the road, and we drove right through it. And we tried really hard. We ever see something and it takes you by such surprise that it leaves you speechless for a little while?
Yes.
Yeah, like that's what happened. It was kind of genuine fear for a second. But we're trying to think of what it could have been, and there's no way it could have been smoke, right? Because smoke doesn't. You would have seen it fizzle, or how would it have traveled out into the road like that without any? Well, how would it have lived that long, you know? But it's really scary, and I don't know how to explain it. Or I don't have any other way to explain what it could have been.
That is scary.
Wow,
That's
scary.
Alright, so there's this girl, right? And she's at a gas station. She's filling up the gas in her car. It's just a normal day getting off of work, you know, the usual. And then she decides it's time to go home, as any other sane human would. You go to work, you go to home, just a typical day, right? So she finishes getting the gas in her car, settles down in her little seat, gets ready to drive away. Yeah, I hear it too. Gets ready to drive away. Hang on, I need to act this out. Hold on. So she takes a little seat. She takes a little seat in the car, right? Starts driving down the dark and musty and spooky road. And she's on like a countryside road. So there's no one around until she realizes that she's being followed. Stop! Oh my God! No way! Someone is following her. Someone is following her. Yeah, that's right. There's a car that's hot on her tail, and it's been following her, in fact, for a while. She realizes that it's been following her ever since the gas station. Oh my God. And what's even weirder about this car... Yeah, that's right. If you remember the gas station, there was a dude, and he followed. There's a car. Envision it in your head now. There's another car. There's one car here, there's a car here, and they're going down the road. And it's dark outside, and then the car behind her, this innocent victim, starts flashing his lights. Flash, 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 over and over again. Over and over again. Oh man.
Body motions from Flash?
What could it mean? What could it mean? She doesn't know, but she's starting to get real scared because she's got another 30 minutes left to drive all the way home. So she keeps driving, and the dude just keeps flashing the lights. Flash, flash, flash. What does it mean? I don't know. She gets very scared and decides, I need to call the police. I need to call them so they'll be ready when I get to my house. This dude's gonna kill me. He's gonna jump out of his car and then hold on, I got my effect, my special effect. He's gonna come out of the car and stabby stab. Like that.
No, she's scared of that happening, right?
Nah, you can stab with a chainsaw. Yeah. So she decides.
She didn't just beep at him with the car, like, you know, beep, 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 beep.
Oh no, she did. She gets pretty mad at him, but he like doesn't care. And so she keeps going and he keeps flashing. Eventually she gets home. She runs out of her car. The police are there. They all pull up. And she runs out of her car and the guy pulls up in his car. And he comes out and he's just a normal dude. And he says, "Ma'am, are you okay?" She says, "What are you talking about?" My man says, There was a dude in the back seat of your car, getting ready to stab you. And every time he was about to stab you, I flashed the light. And then they caught the guy in the back of the car. That's my story. So spooky, scary stories tell the dark.
That is so
Yeah, that's
scary.
right.
Why didn't you just unroll the windows and scream at her that there was someone behind her trying to stab her?
Hey?
Hey?
What? What? Van racing out.
Ben, wake up!
He's racing out. Wake up, Ben!
Slap. Bay.
So it's Sana, you don't have a scary story, or it's like a bug story?
I do have. Well, Jeremy, did you have any like stories about bugs encounters? Bug encounters? I have some. I was thinking you would have some as well. Anyway.
I do, but they're not like scary. I mean, they're scary.
It's like this. There's some where like you accidentally step on the floor and you accidentally step on a centipede or a slug. Or like a furry spider. Like a furry spider was once in my bed.
Oh! That's gross, yeah.
Oh,
The bugs in your bed.
I wanted to get into them.
Yeah. And then I thought they just satellites.
Oh!
Yeah. I remember like one time I was like walking past my bedroom, and then I was doing something, but I had direct vision into my bedroom. And then I was just staring at the ground, and then suddenly out of nowhere, a huge like black spider just crawled under my bed, and then I didn't do anything.
You just left it there?
You do anything? Find it?
That is a scary.
No, I never found it.
Oh god, yeah, this is scary stuff.
It disappeared. You know what? It went inside your
When
ear.
bugs finally they disappear.
Yeah, it's inside of you now.
Oh
It's
god.
inside of you, babe.
They crawl into your mouth when you sleep.
Well, does that mean you're gonna throw up the spider? Because it's inside you. There's no other way to get it out.
It's all protein.
Spit it out.
Isn't there statistics that like you swallowed like 20 spiders in your lifetime? And you're
Oh yeah.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
I do know that we probably definitely swallowed some ants throughout our lives, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're perfect.
What?
Definitely.
Truly perfect.
I feel like
I know.
This form
Okay,
is
good.
immaculate.
Oh, it really is fake?
Yeah, I'm only showing 5%.
Does anybody else?
I just noticed that Crony has fangs.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh,
Scary
I bet you can munch into some juicy meat with those fangs.
What is wrong with you?
Chickens already know about this.
No, what's wrong with you? I'm just saying, you know, like steak,
Wait.
pork.
Kiara's telling a scary
Sorry.
story.
Sorry.
Oh, what was? Oh, were you taking it? Were you taking it the wrong way? Oh, okay.
I was living in Japan until a while ago, and I moved after joining Hololive. I moved into a big house, but the house was very old. It was that when you walked on the wood, it would make sounds like. Oh no!
Oh, spooky.
Yeah. So it was really old, and it had a lot of issues to it. But well, it was a big 2-story house all to myself. So I was like, I'm just gonna try my best to ignore that it's looking really old. So the first night arrives, and I'm like, yeah, I got this whole house to myself, and I was trying to chill, but I was hearing noises from the ceiling. It was like.
They were rats.
Something in the ceiling. Yeah, it was very scary. But I immediately contacted my landlord, and he was like, yeah, there might be some history with ghosts in this house, but please don't worry about it. We'll send you some ghost exterminators.
What?
So, a few days later,
Ghost exterminator.
Ghostbusters, that's it. Ghostbusters. So a few days later, the Ghostbusters came by, and all those days,
I heard the ghosts like continuously, not only in the night but also during the day, and it was kind of freaking me out because I was also trying to stream, but I was hearing it on the first floor and on the second floor and on the side of the walls and in the bottom and on the top, everywhere. So the ghost exterminators, they came and they looked into the ceiling and they saw the ghosts. They saw the ghosts.
Really? They did?
And they said that it's like they saw like about like 3 ghosts.
Animals?
3 ghosts. No, ghosts. And they actually had ghost poison with them. And they put the
poison.
Yes, that's right, girl. They got the ghost poison and they put the ghost poison in the ceiling, and then they closed it, and they were like, okay, Kiara, you call us and tell us, call the Ghostbusters and tell us how the poison worked. And then a few days later, I did start hearing less, but it was still a little bit, So I called again and I was like, yo, Ghostbusters, I'm calling you because who else would I call, right? So they say, all right, you still here? Exactly. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
I got you.
I called them, and they said they were gonna come back, and they opened the ceiling again, and they looked inside, and they found the ghost of 2 ghosts.
The ghost of 2 ghosts?
The ghost of 2 ghosts. Apparently, those 2 ghosts of the ghosts were the parent ghosts of the ghosts that survived. And it was weird because they kept on trying to add poison for the last surviving ghost, but it seemed like that ghost has started to form some kind of immunity. And we tried many times, but it didn't really work. And then one time, for example, I was sick at night with the door open because it was like such a tiny idol meeting room that it's like almost impossible to close the door. And I saw the ghost myself.
Oh
my god, it made it so real to you.
Didn't you say that the ghost like ate your food once?
It ate your food?
The ghost ate my food too.
That's terrific.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but ghosts are apparently they don't like eating chocolate because it will kill them.
Really? They're allergic to chocolate.
Well, let me guess, the ghost ate the chocolate.
The ghost ate the chocolate, but the ghost survived. So the ghost survived chocolate and poison and all that. So in the end, I decided to accept the fact that I'm living with a ghost, and actually we're best friends now, and the ghost's name is Casper!
Aw, cute!
We love Casper.
Crony, I thought Crony had a spooky story. Do you have one, Crony? I want to hear Crony.
Yeah. Tell us your wisdoms.
Oh, can you share when you tell us? Sit in the rocking chair.
Yeah. Sit in the rocking chair.
It's actually not that good, but
beautiful.
This is something that I experienced. So a family member and I were just, chilling out in our room, and at exactly 12 a.m., the phone started ringing. So I said, oh wow, why would friends call you at this hour? That's really disrespectful. and then she looked at me and said that that's not my ringtone. And the song that was playing was pretty much all about like, I've been everywhere searching for you. Where have you been? Because I see you. Like, are you hiding somewhere in the crowd? And then we got kind of creeped out. We picked up the phone and it stopped playing. And then suddenly, every night, exactly at 12, that same ringtone was happening. And that was not the ringtone that she said. And later on, she decided to delete the song from her phone, and it still kept playing. And then we had some interesting events taking place, such as how when I was all alone in the house, I would hear a piano key, a single piano key just going ding ding, and I would go and check it out, nobody's there, or I'd be all alone in my room, and my dog, who's in the same room, would look at whatever's at the end of the hallway. And I keep trying to call Tanmud's name, and they won't turn their head. It's fixated at whatever's at the end of the hallway. Everything was pitch black. Yeah, that phone kept ringing, and maybe something about that house was weird. Other
Rose, are you sure it wasn't a prank?
Just a prank. Just a prank, bro.
Phone.
New phone, who this?
Maybe it was Hokandor. Hokandor.
And that same family member had some other experience where they would have nightmares about how they can't move, but they would be in a fire or they would get shot. So a lot of nightmares every single day.
That can't be a prank.
Or sometimes a woman like crawling over the ceiling really fast just to look at her in the face.
That's why everything that's on the ceiling is haunted. No.
Yeah,
like a ceiling fan.
Scary. Everything on the ceiling is no good.
And then later on, that was when she was living alone, and when she decided to live with her family again. This time she couldn't move again in the dream, but at her bedside she saw a woman with all her face covered, and you know, with the hair and everything, and she said, "Oh, you know what? I see that you're with your family now, and because of that, I won't bother you again. I hope you have a good life."
Nice of her to talk to you like that.
Yeah. And after that,
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
after that, she never had those dreams where she's paralyzed in her sleep.
Oh, she was lonely.
Sleep paralysis? That's
Sleep paralysis demon. Those dudes.
She was just lonely.
I have those.
Yeah,
Sleep paralysis.
You guys want to hear another story?
Oh yeah, might as well. While we're
While
waiting.
we're waiting?
Yeah.
I can tell you guys, it's not a spooky story, but it's terrifying in its own way. Alright, cool, thank you. Yeah, alright, so here's the story. Have you guys heard the story of the Crunch Bird?
The Crunch Bird.
What?
Crunch Bird? The story of the Crunch Bird long ago. Yeah, I remember it was a
Crunchy bird?
My grandfather told me.
KFC?
I know, it sounds like that, right? Like KFC, right? Exactly. Like you can imagine a big scary phoenix.
KFC?
Basically, the Crunch Bird, my grandfather told me this story. It's been passed down in Reaper legends for generations. So basically, there's this couple, and they decide that they want to have a pet, right? They decide it's finally time to get themselves a pet of their own. Because, you know, they've been living alone, can't have kids, that kind of thing. So they've decided, okay, we're gonna go, you know, off to the pet shop. So the husband's really busy, he's working, and so he tells his wife, go ahead and get us a pet. He doesn't care what it is, he says whatever is fine, right? So the wife goes to the pet store and is kind of talking with the pet clerk, and she's like, I wonder what would be good, you know, a dog, a cat, hamster, all very cute, but hear me out, how about a bird? And so the shop clerk says, alright, I got some birds, I'll show you some birds. Takes her to the back, starts showing her the birds. And she's like, oh, these are all very fine birds, but what's that one in the back? There's this big cage in the back. It's got this huge, foul beast of a creature inside of it. He says, oh, that's the Crunch Bird. That thing's way too dangerous. Yeah, Crunch Bird is what it's called. You can call it whatever you want, but I call it the Crunch Bird. And she says, well, why do you call it the Crunch Bird? He's like, do you really want to know? She says, yeah, I really want to know. He's like, do you really want to know? She's like, yeah, I really want to know. Show me the bird.
Really, no.
And so he takes the bird from the cage, all right, and he says, Crunch Bird, table. And the Crunch Bird goes, Brah! And it destroys the table. Goes to that table, and it destroys it. All right.
It crunches
so he
the
says,
table. I see.
Exactly, that's why it's called a Crunch Bird. IRyS, I can see your pants right now. Just so next he says, Crunch Bird,
Crunchbird chair. The Crunchbird goes, and it destroys the chair. Alright, so now the chair is destroyed. And so the wife says, you know what? This is a dangerous animal, but I think it's got potential. You know, it's got like, it's different. You know, it's not just like your run-of-the-mill usual pet. And I think my husband might like this.
Potential.
Exactly, it's got that pet potential, real special pet potential. Try saying that 10 times fast. Real special pet potential, special pet potential. You can probably not that hard. So she says, you know what? Fine, I'll take the Crunchbird. And they do the exchange. She gives him the money. He gives the bird. Right? She takes the bird back home, sets up the cage, gets it all nice for her husband to come back home. Now, husband walks through the door and he sees this foul beast in the corner. And he says, what the F word is that? Can't say the F word, we have children watching possibly. So she's going to show you. She opens the door, lets the Crunchbird out. And he says, what? Can you tell me, what on earth is this thing? She says, oh, it's a Crunchbird. He says, Crunchbird my ass.